Hi, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your October 2023 Halloween Samhain reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, so thank you so much for doing so. If you're interested in entering to receive a reading from me, put a pumpkin emoji in the comment box below. And the person who will receive this reading will be selected at the end of the month, and I will be announcing that person in a separate video. So put a pumpkin emoji in the comment box and know that I will not be contacting you about like hooray celebrations for you or anything like that. So if you are contacted, that is a scammer. Don't be scammed. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. And if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. So we have the Queen of Candles, which is the Queen of Wands. This represents us, Sagittarius. We are represented by the Wands in the Minor Arcana, by Temperance in the Major Arcana. So we have the Queen of Wands. We have the Queen of Pumpkins reversed. Now, this is Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So if you're born on the cusp with Capricorn, that can be a bit of a challenging energy, or if you have strong, Earth sign energy in your chart, you can feel a bit out of alignment with that. And that's going to be very physical, okay, a very physical feeling. We then have the Chariot reverse. So again, if you have Cancer energy in your chart, you can feel out of alignment with that, but it can also feel like emotions are just kind of all over the place. So just be aware of this. This is also a time frame of June 21st to July 22nd. We have the King of Swords coming through, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So if we have any air sign energy in our chart that comes through very powerfully, we can also be having difficulties with Cancer energy, with earth sign energy, but we're going to find air sign energy to be rather, I'm just seeing like a refreshing breeze coming in, moving some stagnant air, like moving things that have been stagnant for too long. And then we have the Empress reverse. So we're holding on to our creativity. There's a sense of like, oh, I need to hold on to this. I can't bring it forward right now, or I can't enter it into the world for whatever reason. So being aware of this is going to be super important. And Spirit's kind of asking, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for, Sagittarius? Let's see what Spirit wants to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh, okay. So Spirit is saying a lot. We have here angelic reversed. We have earth reversed, which you can see with the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Earth reversed. And we have prosperity in the upright position. So angelic reversed. We aren't connecting with our angels, or we're not listening to them. So this is going to be a time where, for Halloween, Samhain, where the veil between the earthly plane and the spirit world is absolutely the thinnest. And our angels are going to be talking to us a lot. Are we taking it in? Are we listening to it? Not really. Do we feel confused or overwhelmed by things? Yeah, we actually do. So just being aware of that we need to center ourselves and to connect with angelic guidance is going to be super important. It then leads us to Earth reversed. And this is a sense that we need to be more grounded, kind of like we need to touch Earth. We need to go outside. We need to breathe in the fresh air. And we also need to ground ourselves and say, what is intrinsically important to me? Because we've kind of been moving away from what is intrinsically important to us as individuals and filling it up with chaos, or just kind of being so stressed that we're tuning out. So just be aware of that. Earth is saying to us we need to be grounded. With prosperity, we are prosperous and we are meant to be prosperous. And so this is going to be something that we can really take hold of during this time. This beauty of prosperity that leads us forward, that guides us to where we need to be. And also this knowing that I'm meant to be a prosperous individual. I'm not meant to be held back or not in alignment with what I want for my life. And prosperity doesn't mean that we have to have the fanciest car or the biggest house. Prosperity means, you know, having wealth inside of us and having bounty and abundance inside of us that will translate externally. And it will translate externally. It moves us to the queen. Oh, no. It moves us to our energy that we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Here we have the King of Wands reversed. I'm not reversed, but to be mindful of. So it's reverse. It's very interesting that everybody's showing up, here pretty much. So the King of Wands is us. The King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. We can be having a difficulty with our soulmate connection, but also with the duality within ourselves. So that can be needing to be acknowledged. The King of Wands is also a fiery temper coming forward. The King of Wands is somebody who is very much action oriented and can be so action oriented that they forget to think of consequences of actions. So being aware of that is going to be super important as well. We're looking at a connection with the heart of us, but we're also looking at needing a connection with the root of us, what grounds us, what leads us forward, what's important to us as we move forward in our lives. It will be very easy for us to get in our own way and to trip over our feet when it comes to asserting our authority or, claiming what we think is right. And we can do that in a very aggressive way. And Spirit is saying here, no, step back and embrace a loving healing. We can also be I'm just seeing easily swayed by people who are very authoritative, who are very, seem to have a lot of confidence in what they're saying. And we're going to be like, oh, well, they obviously know what they're talking about. It doesn't necessarily mean that. So just be aware of this, especially I'm just hearing the saying, all that glitters isn't gold. There's somebody that we're looking at and we're thinking, there's just a power to them or a force to them. And we're thinking, oh, they have it figured out. And Spirit's like, no, they don't. Don't be fooled. It moves us to the being crowned by the Queen of Wands in this whole entire reading. So this is us coming through. The Queen of Wands is connecting with our magic, which is interesting because we have the Empress reversed. We're connecting with our magic. We're connecting with our power and our passion and what we want to create and cultivate within our world. But are we bringing it forward in the way that will be most beneficial to us? And Spirits has a question mark around that. So that's going to be a little bit more difficult for us to really connect with how I want to bring forward my prosperity and my success and my bounty and my abundance and where I need to be for me and what I'm passionate about. So here we know it internally. Showing it externally can be a bit more difficult. But there's also a sense of just vibrating with this energy of power, of intrigue, of passion and of determination and of focus. And it's really stepping into our own during this time when the veil between, again, the spirit world and the waking world is the thinnest. And it's not a mistake that that's during Scorpio time period, that we see ourselves moving forward towards our passion, towards what we want. We can even say, wow, why did I lose touch of this? Or why didn't I do this before? Or why did I lose faith within myself about XYZ? We're bringing it back. Now, with the Queen of Pentacles, focusing around the self, there is a real sense of, okay, now it is time for me to embrace my prosperity here on the earthly plane. Because we have Earth reversed from a message from Spirit, that can be a little bit more tricky for us. The Queen of Pentacles And pentacles in general, king, queen, is very much the attitude of dress for success. There is a sense here of I need to embrace what I want, what's important to me, what's leading me forward, and what I'm going after. There isn't a sense of, oh, I'll wait till later, or oh, I should save this for special. There is a sense here of I am celebrating my life each and every day. The walls that we build around ourselves, because the Queen of Pentacles is reversed, the walls that we build around ourselves are weighing us down in ways that we hadn't imagined, that we didn't think they would or they could. And all of a sudden, here during this time, we're going to be seeing the things that we wanted to nurture and the things that had just kind of like taken the back burner because life took over. And instead of saying, okay, this is what I'm doing for me, we're like, okay, this is what I'm doing for everybody else, and this is what needs to be done. And I can just wait a minute. And Spirit's like, here, I need to shine. So it brings us to the Chariot reversed. This is going to be a time where emotionally everything can feel all over the place. There is a sense with the Chariot reverse where emotions just kind of run amok, right? And Spirit is saying here, okay, but why? Why does it feel like I don't get to have a say in the emotions? Or why does it feel like these people's emotions get to overpower, trump my own? What I need, what I desire, what's important for me. And the time base, I'm just hearing again, the time base for Cancer time frame, June 21st to July 22nd, it has a purpose here. And I don't know exactly what that is or for whom, Spirit is talking to say, okay, this needs to come forward. But pay attention to this because there's a deeper meaning here with that Cancer time frame. But there is also this sense of what do I love? If I let myself ignite my passions, walk fully in the Queen of Wands energy, ignite my passions, ignite what I love, be that hearth, that center for what I desire in my life, how do I move forward? How do I move forward without everything overwhelming me and kind of being like a tsunami washing over me? It brings us to the King of Lightning. Now, the King of Lightning is the King of Swords. And this is being very plain spoken, right? Now, this could be somebody in our life who tends to be a little bit blunt, not meanly, though they can be. They can be like, okay, well, I'm blunt, like, type of thing. They can have a way of just saying it kind of as it is. But for ourselves during this time, we need to say it as it is to move us forward, to gain what we want in our lives, to really say, okay, this is where I'm headed. The King of Swords is not going to mince words. And we ourselves shouldn't be missing words with what we want and where we're headed and what we're going after. There is something here where it's like, okay, now I need to move forward. Okay, now I see it. Now I've claimed it. Now it's ignited, whatever I needed in my life and it's moving me forward. But there's a sense here of a knowing that's coming forward. And we need to connect again with our angels, with our spirit guides, as much as we are, very grounded in the earthly plane and very focused on the earthly plane, because wands are focused on the earthly planes, pentacles focus on the earthly planes. We have the King of Swords. And swords is the mind. It is the way our mind interprets our world, and our emotions are taking over. And we almost think, okay, my emotions are something I can control. And Spirit is saying here, what if my emotions are something I can know, something I can talk to, like connect with? And then when I start to see that, I move forward. And it brings us to the Empress. Empress energy. And Empress energy can be tricky for people because it's the pregnant belly. Here, it isn't. Here, oh goodness, in the upright position, it is kind of taking everything in. It's the camera, it's seeing. And Spirit is saying, are we seeing what we really want to nurture on our path and on our way forward? Are we seeing what we want and what we desire and what's important for us? And are we honoring what we want for ourselves and how we need to move forward for ourselves? And that's a big question that's coming forward. This isn't necessarily about everything tangible that people can measure and weigh and see and quantify. But for ourselves, are we letting our creative energy, our insight, our passions, are we letting it have a say? Or do we feel almost like we're automatons, almost like we're running on autopilot? So Spirit's saying here, be careful of that, because it will be so easy to run on autopilot. It will be so easy to miss this beautiful time where the veil between worlds are the thinnest and the power and the insight is coming forward. And we don't want to miss it. There's so much that we're learning. There's so much that Spirit is telling us. And it's time to kind of focus on that knowledge, that energy that's opening up the doors. Our subconscious spirit message is mindful reversed. We have lost sight, or we have become so frustrated that we forget the power of the mind. Being mindful, all right, filling our mind is super important. And we fill our minds every moment of every day with the music we listen to, with the podcasts we listen to, with the videos we listen to, with, the people we talk to, everything that we hear, everything that we see, everything that we take in fills our mind. Be mindful of how you fill your mind. Be mindful of the energy you're letting in and how you're moving yourself forward. It is so important to be mindful of this. Mindful also brings in manifestation. So whatever we're focusing on internally, we will see playing out in our lives externally. It brings us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of. And it's the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles reversed. We're tired of balancing everything. It's like, okay, I need to handle one thing, then one thing, then one thing. It would be so easy to put 18 million different pots on the stove and have every single one of them burn but one. Well, no, I see it all like, kind of coming up in smoke. And what Spirit is saying here is focus your attention on one thing at a time, and you will be surprised at how you move forward. Subconscious tarot message is the Strength card reversed. So Leo energy, okay, time frame is July 23rd to August 22nd. Very interesting. Cancer time frame goes right into Leo time frame. Both of them are reversed. We can find Cancers and Leos to be challenging during this time, but we can also find standing in our strength without feeling like a bully or without, feeling like might equals right type of energy around us. We can find that to be difficult. There could be something here that's really ticking us off. And that's why we need to embrace our power and our magic and ourselves. We need to say, this is me, and live out loud without any apologies. And, as long as we're coming from a place of love and compassion and healing and generosity of spirit, that's where we need to be. Look at the world. Look at the world. We have enough people coming in with their craziness and saying, I will force you, to kind of like obey me, right? Type of thing, type of energy here. And we're done with it. So if you're looking at things and thinking, I'm done, you're done with this energy. You are so done with this energy, Sagittarius. It's not even funny. And so if we start to see it within ourselves, or we start to see ourselves getting angry at something, we can be like, oh, that's it. Clocking out, like not going to do this. I don't want to walk down that road. So just be mindful about this. Our greatest strength is compassion and truth. And that's what we need to walk in. That's why we're represented, in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the angel holding two cups, pouring one cup into another. Balance, love, harmony, that angelic presence that is just so important in our lives. That's why when angelic is reversed, it's like, okay, I need to get my angels back. I need to get that power and that insight back. All right, Sagittarius. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Don't forget to put a pumpkin emoji in the comment box. Now let's end this reading with a meditation, clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Sagittarius. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. And have a absolutely joyous and wonderful Halloween and Samhain. Bye.